Hello and welcome to the Marine Channel, and I've got a bit of a special boat. Now if you're based in North America you'll probably recognise this, but for us Europeans and people from other parts of the world it might be less familiar, and it's called the Invincible 37. Now it struck me that this is a big old boat to have on the hard standing here, and I talked to the brokers and they said this is actually the largest boat at the Palma Boat Show that's not in the water. So it's 37 feet long and it's an out and out performance fishing boat. So the first thing that I want to reveal is that it's actually a catamaran. It's actually a cat. So we'll come around the front here and we can see, there you go, this cat design. And that is what helps endow this boat with quite extraordinary performance. I'll tell you a little bit about Invincible. Invincible is an American brand. They're made in Miami. They started out making monohulls in 2006. They were very successful at that. They developed the step of ventilated V-tunnel hull, which apparently was so good that the US Navy gave them a contract for 12 years to build them for their performance boats. They started making cats a little bit later than that, and you can see here this is again a stepped hull. Again, the beauty of having it out of the water, you can just see that there. So when this gets up and running, it obviously comes up out of the water. That reduces the friction. It practically kind of floats. Let's get on board a minute. And actually, no, before I go on board, I'm going to show you the engines because they are kind of the star of the show. So it's got quad Mercury power on this one. Now, believe it or not, this is the base engine option. So this is 4 times 300 horsepower. So we've got 1200 horsepower pushing this through the water. You can go bigger. So if you want to, you can have 4 times 400. Just taking my shoes off a minute. Or you can actually go up for 4 500R units, which will push this boat to something over 70 knots, which is pretty impressive. So the logic behind these boats is that they basically take people fishing offshore long distances at pace. So you'll notice as we wander around 2 things. Not only have we got lots of engines, we've got lots of rod holders. Practically everywhere you look there is a rod holder, and the other thing you'll notice, practically everywhere we look there's a speaker grill. I've counted 18 speaker grills so far. If you spot more as we walk around, send me a note and tell me how many you saw. So let's go into the helm position here. So we've got a triple helm with obviously the bolsters there that rise up. Really nicely padded here, this flooring, this synthetic flooring, and then we've got a couple of massive Garmin multi-function screens, which I know aren't on at the moment, and this lovely stainless steel wheel on there. Lots of hard buttons here, all this sort of aluminium throttle, skyhook system and all that kind of stuff. But basically people will get in this boat and they'll go fishing, but unlike in the UK where we tend to go sort of between 3 and 10 miles offshore, in something like this they'll go about 120 miles offshore, and they'll fish all day and they'll chase the big ones, and they'll need to do that pretty rapidly, so hence all the performance. It also needs a fair bit of fuel. So although this is a very, very efficient hull, I was told that actually when you're kind of cruising at 40 miles an hour, you're only using something like 1.1, well, you're doing about 1.1 miles per gallon, which is pretty good. But that said, when you're going 120 to 150 miles offshore and you're chasing the fish, you need to have plenty of fuel in reserve. So this has got a 700 gallon, 2,500 litre tank, and it's got about a 550 mile range at cruising speeds. Up the front here we've got these lovely lounges. And just pan up there we can see these LED lights. What a place to sit when you're doing 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour. Oh, I think I'll probably sit back there a little bit further. And obviously being a cat, we've got our holes either side, and effectively down the middle here is where the air flows, and that's what helps sort of lift the boat. Cats are tricky things to build. If you get it wrong and they're not really well balanced, they handle horribly. If you get it absolutely right, then they're fantastic. And obviously this one handles like a dream. There you go, more cup holders, more rod holders, more rod holders. You'll notice as well, dotted around the place, in the floor ahead, and here we've got lots and lots of locker space. I'll just open one of these up because these are absolutely huge. Right down in under there, you could, about 2 meters of depth. They're all insulated as well, and they're all self-draining. So although this boat hasn't got any dedicated fridges, if you pack those with ice, as you probably would for fishing, not only will you keep your catch nice and fresh, but you can put your cold tinnies and bait and bits and pieces in there. There's also storage under here. There's 2 catches. I'm going to have to try and do this. Hang on, forgive me. I'm going to put the camera down. There we go. Now I've got the catches, and lift that up, and that's mirrored on both the port and starboard side. Again, lots and lots of space in there. There is one creature comfort though, and that's just in here. So underneath the console there's a loo, so if you're out fishing all day you can do your ablutions without having to get everybody look the other way. But that is the extent that's the extent of your creature comforts, if you like. But then that is what a Focus sports fishing boat is all about. Price wise, this one's up at 895,000 euros plus tax. If you went for the super duper quadruple 500 horsepower engines, you'd be looking closer to about 1.2 million plus tax. And certainly in terms of where this sits in the food chain of sports fishing boats, this is kind of right up there at the top. So again, those of you in North America familiar with the brand will be able to confirm that this is a very, very high quality boat. You can tell from all the mouldings and all the fitments and everything like that, this is a very, very beautifully engineered boat. I've just spotted one more speaker. See that little one up there? So that might be the 19th speaker, but you might have spotted more. So there you go, the Invincible 37 Cat. What a boat! The only thing missing is a bit of water. We'd like to take this one out and test it for ourselves. But anyway, if you've been watching this, thank you very much. Have you subscribed yet? If you haven't subscribed, make today the day to do it. It's very easy, it's completely free. It really helps our channel. And if you click the alerts or pop your finger on the alert button, then we will let you know every time we release a new film, so you can keep bang up to date with what is happening at the Marine Channel. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this one. We'll see you on the next one, and hope you enjoyed it. Let us know. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.